Welcome, everyone. This is Michael ABANYE. I want to thank you once again for joining us today on this live. Please, if you are joining us, just drop a chat in the comment section. If you are joining us, just drop a chat in the comment section. Let us know where you are joining us from. Thank you very much for joining us today. All right, today we are looking at doing business, deep dive, day one. And this is actually going to be a 7 days live section. Many people have actually asked, how do you start a business? How do you know the kind of business to go into? How do you know how profitable the business will be? I got this question a lot of times, and I said, okay, it's good. We'll do a live session to take most of all these questions and see how we can answer most of all these questions. So today we're going to be answering a lot of your questions and also going to share more light to what we have actually taught all through our Doing Business series. You need to check it out. There have been awesome, amazing testimonies. All right, let's start with today. Starting a business the right way. Starting a business the right way. This is interesting. Now, I will share my slide on the screen very quickly. Now, mistakes entrepreneurs must avoid doing business. If you're just joining us, my name is Michael ABANYE. You are welcome once again. Now, what are the mistakes that an entrepreneur must avoid while doing business? Now, if you look at it, just a minute, please. I'm trying to work on my system. Just a minute, please. Please just hold on just a minute. This network issue. So, all right. Let's go. Now, if you look at it now, let's go down to the foundation. Many businesses fail because the foundation is weak, starting with passion, but without structure. A strong foundation determines long-term success. Now, if you would cast your mind back, mostly, if you want to do business, you have to first ask yourself, what foundation am I building on? Because the depth of your foundation determines how high the building and also how long the building will last. So the depth is very important. The most of the time when I see people say, I want to do business, the first thing that comes to their mind is, I want to do this business because I feel, people are making money from this business. And I feel that if I just put in 1, 2 million, 3 million, I can actually make so a certain amount of millions within a couple of months, within a couple of years. People just estimate and project, the monetary aspect. But the fact is this, business is beyond that. You need to really, first of all, sit down and ask yourself, this business that I want to do, how long do I want to be in this business? Many of us started business with this mentality of, let me take care of myself, my family first. But as you grow, for you to have a sustainable business, you must think beyond that. You must sit down and ask yourself, if I want to grow this business for a long time, then you must begin to look at sustainability. And believe me, sustainability is far beyond you. It's far beyond you. It's not all about you, your wife, your children, and not at all. So one man business, as I always said, is the same, is different from building an enterprise that will last the test of time. So we will have to quickly run through these things. So firstly, if you are going to go into business, you need to ask yourself, why am I going to the business? Because the truth is this, business will test you. Yes, a lot of good news. You know, you have to do this motivation, you have to do this. I believe in that. But the fact is this, the reality will always set in. And when the reality sets, it is your why that will make you be able to stand the test of time. So I want to ask you a question today. You that you want to go into business, or you already in business, why are you in business? For all of our audience watching us from outside the country, now the terrain of doing business, especially in Africa, precisely here in Nigeria, is actually very tough. So if your why is not strong enough, you may actually not be able to stand the test of time. So your why is important. Why do I want to do this business? And how long do I want this business to last? Then if I want to do this business, what are the things I need to learn? What are the structures I need to put in place for this business to be able to outlive me? One man business is not the same thing as running an enterprise. You must think beyond yourself. And that's to say you have to begin to do what? Learn how to do these things. I always tell people, the truth is this, there is no special men anywhere. No. You only have men with special knowledge that knows what you don't know. The moment you are able to know exactly what they know, you will achieve the same result. That's the truth. No special men, just special men with special knowledge. The moment you're able to focus to get to know what they know, you will get the same result all over. And that's the principle I've actually lived by. And I've learned this thing and it has worked for me over the years. So let's go back to our slide. Now, to look at it, many businesses fail because the foundation is weak, starting with passion but without structure. Yes, I have passion for this. The truth is this, passion is good. But I always tell people passion does not pay early. Sometimes you need to do some certain things that will bring in the money, for you to not be able to finance your passion. Yes, that's the truth. I've seen a lot of people that say, I have passion for that, I have passion. And I will tell you, look, what is the business behind that your passion? What is the opportunity behind that your passion? Are people willing to pay for that your passion? Once you don't have those things, then passion is as good as, it's not really worth the time. That's the truth. So a strong foundation determines a long-term perspective, a long-term success. That's, you must have a long-term perspective. There's a book I read that said, people that have a long-term perspective always do well than people that have a short-term perspective. That is to say, only 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. So you must have a long-term perspective to whatever it is you want to do, not about now. So I tell most people that want to go into business, look, if you're going to go into business, give yourself 5 years, maximum 10 years for you to see results. The moment you are not willing to wait that long, there's no point in you going to business. That's the truth. Because business is not it's not about the more you look, the less you see. It's not about I want to quickly put in this. It's not a gamble, no. It's not a get rich quick scheme, no. You must be willing to put in the time, put in the work, and grow that business. So that is that. So let's go. Let me share my slide with you. All right. If you look at this now, what problem does your business solve? Now you need to be clear about the kind of problem that your business solves. Now, and I tell people this, for those of you wanting to go into business, or those who are already in business, I want to give you 7 vital keys I've learned over the years that have actually helped me. And most of the wealthy people in the world, they're into all these segments of business. 7. Number 1 is, does your business have a pain point that is solving for your customers? Number 2 is it convenience that you are offering to your customers? Number 3, comfort. Number four, status. Number five, security. Looking at Africa now, precisely Nigeria, people are jittery, people are afraid. So can your business actually offer them safety, security? Number six, growth. People want to grow. People want to get better. People want to do more, earn more, and be more. Then number seven is entertainment. Entertainment. People love to have fun. People want to have fun. People actually want to what? Enjoy themselves. That is why the comedy industry is making so much money today. Because people want to have fun, enjoy themselves. Look at all our comedians. Look at so much money they are making. Because those are the things. So you need to look at these 7 areas. In case you are just joining us, my name is Michael ABANYE. So we're looking at the 7 major key areas that most business that want to make money in this 21st century needs to look at. Number one is a pain point. What pain point is your business solving? Number two is the convenience. Number three is comfort. Does your business give your customers comfort? Number four is status. Number five is security. Number six is growth. People want to grow. People want to be more, do more, and earn more. And number seven is entertainment. So once you are thinking of starting a business, for those of you that are just joining us, and you want to probably think of what business can I start, these are the 4 areas you need to look at. And believe me, I've looked around, I've done my research. I noticed that most of the top business and most of the billionaires you see, they are within these areas of business. Some of them combine 2, 3 different things together to get this particular solutions and offer that solution to their customers. So we need to sit down and look into these areas. What problem does your business solve? Who are your target customers? The reality is this: everybody cannot be your customers. You must get that very clear. I used to tell people a lot, what is the difference between, for those of you joining us from our foreign brothers, the difference between plantain chips and kwekere is simple. It's packaging. Perception. This is made from the same plantain. Or people pay more for plantain chips, but they pay less for kwekere. Why? They are the same. Made of the same products, the same raw materials. But the package is what makes the difference. So you need to understand who are your target markets. And the truth is this: your customers' target determines the kind of sales and the kind of profit you can actually make. The location of your customers also can help you a long deal. Where are my customers? Where are they? Which kind of people am I targeting? So you must be clear on the kind of customers you want. For some people, they believe in the mass industry. Some, strictly the elites. For some, the middle class. So you must be clear, which area do I want to play in? The higher the ladder, the more money there is. If you are serving multimillionaires, you should know that you have to think and act and be able to offer services that will actually appeal to them. So you must be clear, who are my target audience? This is something you must be clear about. Why should people choose your brand? Why? Why should people choose your brand? This is very key. Why should people choose your brand? Why should I patronize you? Why are you better than the other person that is offering less? So this must be clear. I have an experience recently. In our place of business, we just increased our prices, and a customer came and said, look, you didn't inform me. I said, look, the notice is all over in the office. So if you choose not to look at it, ignorance is not an excuse in the court of law. But he insisted and said, no, I won't do the business here. He took off and left. But he came back. And he said, you know what? I can't leave because I love the value I'm getting here. I said, thank you for you to even appreciate that you're getting value here. So you must be clear on who are your target customers. Why should people choose your brand? What do you stand for? You must have a clear position. I've said this a lot in Very Dark Man's 5 lessons to learn as an entrepreneur. You need to check out that video. What is your clear position? People need to know what you stand for. And that will give a lot of way to really actually help you in your business. Now, let's go look at this. Now, the other thing I also see mostly is Most businesses, most time, model up a lot of things. You must learn to understand that your business is different from you. I also have this challenge. When I started, it was a lot of challenge for me. Sometimes I will model everything up, and you cannot really differentiate between your business income and your personal income, everything together. It's part of the thing as why starting business years back. But as you grow and as you begin to learn, thank God you are listening to the podcast like this now. You must learn to separate your personal finance from your business finance. Because that is why it's called an entity. Your business is different from you. So you must deal with your business as a business, then have your own personal finance. So you don't put your hands into your business. They create simple systems for operations. It's very simple. I've said this in my last video. How to manage your customers to grow fast. You need to check out that video. Create a simple system. What is the system? Quickly sit down and ask yourself 3 questions. What are the things that only me can do? Write it down. Be clear. Then what are the things I can delegate to people? Write it down. Then what are the things that I cannot do? Write it down. Then those things you cannot do, don't have headache over them. Simply what? Shift that aside and focus on the things that only you can do, and delegate the things that others can do, and give them the maximum authority and the encouragement for them to succeed in it. That is how you can actually build a system of operations. Clear SOPs, standard operation, that's the job description, and also let them know what's called the KPIs, key performance indices, what is expected of them, the result that is expected of them. This thing must be clearly spelled out. And you must assign a particular person to handle a particular section, because that is how you can get maximum result. They build discipline and accountability. This thing is very important. The moment as a business person you go into your cash box, as a business person, you go into your car, or you meet your accountant, or you meet your sales and say, look, give me 10,000, then give me 20,000. Automatically, a mentor of mine shared a story with me that is actually very humorous. He said in one of his enterprise, there's a lady there. The secretary there actually the girlfriend of the owner of the business. So anytime the man requests for 20,000, the secretary will give the man. She will also will take 10,000. It's our money. Since the man does not have respect, doesn't have discipline, so everybody just spend the money the way they want, and as a result, the business will start. So we must separate business finance from your personal finance, create simple systems for operations, build discipline and accountability. This will go a long way to actually helping us in our business. Very, very critical. Very, very critical. Now let's quickly run through this. And what I want to look at is this. Now let's look at the aspect that says growing the business, increase visibility and marketing. How do you increase visibility and marketing in your business? Thank God for social media. Thank God for word of mouth marketing. Thank God for flyers. So we need to be able to reach out, do marketing, tell people, share flyers, simple as flyers. Put it on social media, on your WhatsApp status. That's how you build visibility. These things are very easy. Sometimes you can never tell who will see just your WhatsApp status. As simple as that, you can actually make sales with it. So increase your visibility. Let people get to know what you do. Many will turn you down. That's the truth. But it doesn't really make the difference. What you're after is sales. And you must learn to have a thick skin when you are doing business. Because you don't expect everybody to tell you yes. Many a times will turn you down. That's how business works. There's no big deal about it. For the fact you turn me down today, tomorrow you may actually what? Patronize me. That's how it works. So we must what? Understand the way these things work. So you don't feel bad about it. Go online, share your product and services online. As simple as your WhatsApp status on Facebook. This is a very powerful tool. Thank God for technology today. They build strong customer relations. One of the key things I've learned in business for us in our organization is what we focus majorly on is simple. Customers follow up. That's our strategy. We will follow up a customer to the point that the customer will actually know that these people, in fact, I've heard, I know it's you people that is calling. So you must cultivate such habit. Customers are not only interested in your product. Someone said something, and I think I need to share this. He said, customer does not care how much you know until they know how much you care. So the caring part is a sales point. Just a simple call. "Ah, hello, we just got to check up on you. How are you doing? How's the family?" It has actually made a lot of sense for us. It's simple. Less than 1 minute, you can make this call, but these things are strategic and it has actually help. That's why you have a lot of customer service most of this today. So the other thing I wanted to look at is this: develop systems that support expansion. It's simple. Have a structure. Put a structure in place. The moment your business beginning to grow, you must begin to what? Divide the various departments. Let's have somebody handling this department, someone handling this department, someone handling this. That's how you can build structure and systems. Because they must know this is this team, this is this team, this is this team. Then you must have one person that they all now report to. That's how you build a system. And you do what? Document these things. Very clear. With the SOPs, with the KPIs, then you what? Give them the manuals to read and let them understand and do trainings. Let them understand why this thing is important towards the achievement of the overall goal of the business. It must be clearly spelled out. You cannot afford to miss that. Clearly spelled out. And once you're able to master that and you're able to get maximum result, you have built the systems. Then what do you need to do? Look for a way to what? Harmonize that system. And you can actually expand based on the system, a proven system that has worked. That has worked. That has worked. So I think that is one thing you really need to consider as that's what you really need to consider as you want to grow your enterprise. Very, very key. Then let's also look at sustaining the business. 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 Very, very critical. Sustaining the business. Now, for you to sustain the business, there are some certain things we must look out for. Focus on long-term value creation. Long-term value creation. You must be precise. What value do I want to give to my customers? Be very, very precise about that. Because the truth of the matter is, value is what people pay for. I've always tell people, you don't give me business because you are my church member or because you're a family friend. No. You give me business because I'm good at what I do and I try my best to make sure what is render quality services. The moment you have that mentality and you don't give excuses, no, you don't give excuses. I always tell people, look, customers pay us to render service to them. They didn't pay us to give excuses. So your excuses is better you keep them to yourself. Nobody cares to know the power holding is not working or there are challenges. No. What they want is I pay for this service. I need to get myself. So the moment you have this kind of mentality, you are likely, definitely going to do well in business. Because focus on long-term value creation. Let people know what you stand for. Let them know the value that they can get from your business. The other thing I want to look at is this: maintain financial discipline. Very critical. We have explained this before. Financially, we talk about separating your personal finance and business finance and have a clear documentation process for all your income and your expenses. Have a clear documentation process. It has actually helped a lot of businesses. For example, when we started, we couldn't afford a chartered accountant, but we need to start documenting these things by ourselves. Not until recently we're able to afford them. So you don't have to start with all the big names, but just have a long-term perspective. Just understand that, look, I want this business to transcend, to grow. So you begin to as you begin to also grow in the business, begin to put in the structure, begin to put in what the necessary knowledge and necessary things you need to grow the business. Because business is just like a long-term perspective. It's a journey. You don't get to the end of the journey. The moment you have achieved 5 today, you're looking at how do I make 10 work? How do I make 15 work? How do I make 20 work? And I've discovered this. People that have achieved a level of success and they feel that, look, I've done well for myself. Why do I need to bother myself? Let me just relax myself and enjoy the fruit of my labor. I have noticed that most of the time, people like this, they don't really go far in business. Because if you look at most of the successful people, look at Dangote, for example. Dangote has done very well for himself with the cement industry. He does not need to open a refinery. But this man is still, he's still going on out. Why? It's about value creation. It's about value creation. These people understand that, it's a journey. The more you feel you have gotten it, the more you need to work harder to sustain it. It's about value creation. So these things are very critical. So we must ask ourselves, what does my business stand for? What value do I want to offer to my customer for a long-term perspective? This thing must be very clear. But very, very clear. Continuously learn and adapt. Business world, I need to be very frank with you. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. So you must continuously learn and adapt. There are a lot of people who started business together over a decade ago. Now, when I look back now, for some of them, I look up to them and say, look, these people are doing well. Then, when I look at them now, where God has brought us to today, I understand that, look, don't envy anybody. Just enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your ride. Enjoy your journey. It's very, very critical. So, continuously learn and adapt. Continuously learn and adapt. Very, very important. Continuously learn and adapt. So, in summary, what we're looking at today is this. We must understand, why do I want to start a business? Doing business right. It starts with the foundation. The foundation of your business is very critical. The foundation of your business is very, very critical. Foundation of a business is very, very critical. They also need to do what? Know which customers am I called to serve? What problem am I actually solving in my business? These things are very, very important. What value do I bring to the table? Very, very critical. So we must be very clear on all these things. What value am I bringing to the table? Very, very critical. Very, very critical. What value am I bringing to the table? Who are your target customers? Why should people choose your business? These things are critical. So you must be clear on what you want for your business on a long-term perspective. As I said earlier, if you are going to do business, please be very clear. Have a long-term perspective. Business is not a marathon. You don't get to the end. It's a journey. A long-term perspective. 10 years, 20 years plan. And most research have shown people that have this long-term perspective always do better than people that have a short-term perspective. All right. Thank you very much. This is day 1. We have 6 more days to go. So we will appreciate if you have any questions. Feel free to ask your questions and we'll be happy to answer your questions. In case you're joining us, I am Michael ABANYE and this is True Lessons in Motion podcast. And today we are looking at starting business the right way, doing business deep dive. Just a summary of all what we have shared in our Doing Business series. You need to check out all our videos. Have been awesome, awesome, awesome. You need to check them out. Yes. Thank you. So we have questions. Let's take your questions now. Let's take your questions now. Do you have questions for us? If you have questions for us, please, if you are joining us, please just say hi on the chat so we can get to know you're joining us. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, a lady asked a question. And asked me a question actually. That was a couple of days ago, and she said, "Look, sir, I want you to teach me about, business. How to do it. In case you are watching us live, I've itemized 7 things you need to focus on in your business. 7 things you need to focus on. The number 1, which I've shared before, is number 1 is your business. Is it solving a pain point? Number 2, is it solving convenience for people? Number 3, comfortability business. Number 4, status. Does it improve their status or their ego? Number 5, growth. Does it make them do more, earn more, and be more? Number 6, entertainment. Look at the comedy industry. And number 7, security. Can your business guarantee people security? These are the businesses. So if you look within these 7 steps, you should be able to look at where you can actually function and see how you can take advantage of it. Once again, I want to thank you very much for joining us on this live session. Tomorrow is day 2. We'll be going deep down to more about doing business deep dive. So we'll love to take most of your questions. Thank you very much for joining us today. And do have a blessed day. In case you are joining us for the first time, this is True Lessons in Motion. And I am Michael ABANYE. Do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, share this to many people you know that may need this. Thank you once again. And never forget, no one lives long enough to make all the mistakes. We learn from those ahead. Thank you very much, and I do have a blessed day. Thank you.